Well, welcome back everyone to Myth Speaker and this not at all special Easter session. Nothing different's gonna happen tonight just because it's a holiday.
Extra zombies. Heard.
No zombies. Extra plague for all of you.
Your
Have
plague.
zombies?
Yay.
In our last session, our lovely group of adventurers here had continued your work here in the Acropolis of Bailax, with the uh, unknown meteor having flown overhead about a week and a half ago and subsequently being taken away by an as yet unknown individual, leading to you all awakening to mythic power and a series of strange visions. The city has gone crazy. There's no two ways about it. Some people have barricaded themselves in their house. Most people have gone a little stir crazy from the embers and sparks falling in the wake of that meteor, as best you all understand. All of them seemingly believing their actions to be completely normal and in line with typical rationality, yet having extreme violence enacted upon one another, age-old feuds being dredged up and acted upon, city streets turned into war zones, plagues breaking out. Uh, Definitely not a great time, to say the least. And having did what you could for the people in the city as of right now, you decided you would perhaps be better served heading up to the Acropolis, checking in on the city leadership, and looking into the stories of a ritual that could perhaps purify the city. You met with the Cyclopses, the Myth Speakers, and the priests that live up here on the Acropolis within the Temple of Phythoros, where they have seemingly recovered from the influence of the meteor on the temple's sacred grounds. They informed you of the conflict they had gotten in with the Drassicons and Philosophers' Council of the city, a conflict that created quite a hefty amount of bloodshed on both sides. They fear that the Drassicons and leaders might still be under the meteor's influence. But since you all revealed that you yourselves now possess mythic power, they believe it may be possible to use this rite of the cleansing flame ritual, using you all as the focus point for it. However, you'll need to get access to and understand the ritual, which is located here at the Megaron, where the rest of the city leadership is currently holed up, as well as a few other sort of odds and ends that needed to be tidied up around the Acropolis that you all took care of, relighting the pyres, calming down the elementals as well at the main torch. Thus, we find ourselves here currently at the Megaron. He has tried the front entrance and found a pair of animated statues sort of guarding the interior. Didn't seem to attack with you just opening the door, so you subsequently closed it and decided you might have a better option to climb the roof. Head towards the inner area of the building and see if you can bypass those statues. So, we are currently up on the roof, about 25 feet up in the air. On the map wise, it would put us about here positionally, with some windows looking down into the larger sort of central chamber of the Megaron. Quartet of ornately carved columns sort of holding up the roof, surrounding a circular raised platform in the center, a couple of long benches lining the walls, and a few dozen people sort of within the room, some of them holding tightly onto various weapons and implements, some in the process of bandaging one another's wounds. They all have expressions of mixed fear and anger currently on their faces as you guys are standing on the roof looking down on them through the window. What would we like to do?
I think Arias was standing a little bit further back because she was kind of nervous to walk too much on the roof. But
Sure.
did anyone see Terpsime when looking in there?
Yes. Yes, you see Terpsime has kind of like one shoulder and her upper arm bandaged right now with some red stains on them. Um, you see she is wearing her armor, and her gladius has still some sort of wet blood on it. She has it sort of. She's resting on one of the benches. She has the blade sort of in one hand resting on her knee as she just sort of watches everything.
Can you remind me who Terpsime is?
Not someone you know.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Terpsime was the rest of the group's host in Bailax.
That makes me feel better.
Me too, because I was like, I know this person.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I guess probably, like, I would have just crept up and looked, or Scoffos would have seen her because you guys wouldn't know who to look for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be her, Terpsime, a member of the city's Philosopher's Council, who was responsible for hosting the party and sort of got them all into the funeral games and asked them to be the ones heading over to the island for the expedition recently. A friend, perhaps? A host? I'm learning from my mistakes and not chewing on mint toothpicks while drinking Dr. Pepper, because that shit's disgusting. I don't recommend.
That's hilarious. 10 out of 10 hilarity.
No, I disagree.
Can I do a recall knowledge to see if I know any, like, recognize anything about the situation or the people? Because aren't we looking for like head priest guy, but like not a priest?
So you met the priest. This is where like the actual government leadership are of the city, and that's broken up into the Philosopher's Council, including Terpsime, who are sort of they're in charge, but at the same time, they just kind of make the rules. They do a lot of debating and figuring out what would be best for the people of the city. It is the Jurassicons that make up the majority of this group and are the actual sort of people in charge of running everything.
Weren't we looking for one specific dude, though?
I don't believe so.
Probably not unless we there's one guy that we joked about looking for because a previous party member like had some beef with him.
Okay.
Drakeon had beef with Cyrus, that is true.
But if anything, he probably wouldn't like us.
Well, I don't like him either then.
Are these windows wide enough to go through, or?
You could squeeze through them at the very least. They're not meant to be opened, so you'd have to break them, but you guys could fit through them.
Oh, okay.
Do we have any crafters? Could we deconstruct it so that we're not like breaking their government building?
I think I have thieves' tools, so maybe someone could try to.
Well, we can see through them, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So message could get through.
You could send a message.
Pretty and smart.
Yeah. Terpsime would maybe be a bit trusting of us, because I feel like they're not going to take kindly to us just jumping into their
Breaking stuff.
stronghold.
Right.
Yeah.
They're already a little crazy, so maybe
Yeah.
surprise, crime may not be the way to
Alright.
endear ourselves to them.
I will
But
cast
she trusts
message.
us, so
What is your message, Scoffos, to Terpsime?
Hold on, let me read the spell.
It's 25 words or fewer, I believe.
Okay.
Sending is 25 words or fewer, but consider the amount you could say in one action, basically.
Oh, I could say a lot.
Terpsime,
in
it's
action.
Gappos.
Fair
We're on
enough.
the roof. Please deactivate the golems so we can come in and talk to you.
Please, Ada, we're here to help.
That's too many.
Yeah, we're here to help. Whatever.
Scoffos, go
That's
ahead
actually one too many.
and give me a diplomacy check.
We're just here
Uh-oh.
too.
I'm going to give you
We're
a
here
plus
too,
one
yes.
circumstance bonus because you made it known that. Well, you just said it's me, but you did directly try to speak to
He's-
Terpsime here,
I
so.
said we're on the roof.
Yeah, that's fair. You said it's
He's-
Scoffos.
Scoffos.
You're right. My
Yeah,
brain
and then he
doesn't
said
work.
we're on the roof.
Yep. So go ahead and take a plus one circ bonus to this. You're looking for DC 18.
All right. Is she higher level than me?
Mm-hmm.
Does the
Can
tattoo
I-
work if she can't
So
see me?
don't tick her
That's a
off.
great
Okay, got it.
question.
Don't I have like
Uh,
guidance or something?
It does not require them to be able to see the tattoo. It is a circumstance bonus either way,
Oh.
though.
Lame.
Can I give guidance stuff?
I'm sure. Yeah, you can guide
Where
Scoffos on
is-
this.
Do this, and let's do this, and then let's do this. Guidance. A guidance too.
And then,
nice.
and then,
Hmm.
and I will immediately mythic point.
I think that's reasonable.
You're just screaming at her.
Wow. This
Okay,
game,
thankfully the mythic
Epic
bonus.
proficiency.
Phew. Getting that +8. There is a brief moment where, as she begins to hear the words, she doesn't seem to process them immediately. She stands up, readies her blade, and prepares to shout to everyone.
Oh.
Then, as your message completes, her mind seems to clear for a moment. She shakes her head slightly, looks around, sheathes her blade, and then begins to converse with everyone else. No response to your message, but after, like, as she's talking, there's multiple people that start looking up to the windows and see you guys through them. And after probably 2 minutes or so, some people you see move towards the front doors, and then she nods at you guys and sort of waves you down.
all right, we're making progress.
How dare you guys bypass my bureaucrat mob encounter? You could have fought a troop of bureaucrats.
Climb on
Then-
down.
They have an
No,
aura of
thank-
argumentation.
Can I teapot form?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll be a rope.
fantastic. Just to help everyone get down again.
Yeah.
Easy enough to do. Yeah, you guys all pretty easily then managed to get back down to ground level and are welcome to enter the Megaron.
That was close.
I guess opening the door and stepping into the statues do not seem to do anything.
The statues are back in their places in the corner.
Oh, wait.
Look at that.
I guess they were more in the center of the room before.
They were there earlier.
Yes. Okay.
Now they're back there. I have a funny macro.
I guess I will just open this door.
Look at all those bureaucrats.
There's the mobs.
There's so
That's
many
pretty
of
funny.
them. I love this artwork.
Oh my goodness.
I do
But no,
love
it's
this
like,
artwork.
They have an ability called Orate. Deals
Were they
sonic
gonna
damage.
beat us with the gavel?
They have knives, and then they can deal sonic damage by shouting at you.
That's pretty funny.
And their aura, they're just arguing amongst themselves simultaneously, so there's a potential for people near them to become confused by the situation. Everyone's favorite ability.
Who looks like they're in charge?
No one in particular.
Who has the best hair?
Obviously, the guy with the wig.
Let's be fair, it's the guy with the wig.
Which of these troops is the guy with the wig in?
We'll say he's in this one. Why not?
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, welcome everyone. Hello. It's a pleasure to have you in here right now. Terpsime has said wonderful things about you, and I myself remember quite fondly witnessing your prowess in the funeral games. Just a week or so past. Aside from, of course, the two of you and your three, I suppose, new friends, if we count the little one.
Mumble grumbles up at Illyria, like annoyed that he might not be counted as a friend.
These are new members of the Drastic Cons. Drastic Cons.
Very good, very good. Always good to meet new acquaintances, bring them into the fold. It's good to see you all back from the island. How went your expedition?
Well, we found the crash site of the meteor.
Very good. And the meteor itself?
Unfortunately, someone stole it before we got there. Well, took it. I guess stealing was relative to ownership.
His eyes start wandering to your guys' packs a little bit.
It was a Steno man.
Yes, that's what we heard.
Oh, so you heard from who? Someone else? Yourselves, perhaps? Not that I would presume.
I just raised my eyebrow at Aureus. She's the one that spills the beans in this group.
Well, you're aware of the history of the island and of Sophrista, the hero god?
He just
Or are
raises
you?
his eyebrows.
I don't.
That is not a well-known history.
2,000 years.
I couldn't remember if that was like a known thing or not, or did we only even
You
learn
learned
that
about
through
it
like
once
it's
you
like
were
an obscure
there.
thing?
You learned about it from the Pegasus who had lived since then.
Never mind. I forgot that wasn't common knowledge. Well, I'll say that anyway, because I guess Arias forgot. Never mind. Not everyone can be quite as learned as us, I suppose. But there are many spirits and very old beings living on that island. We heard from some of the spirits and creatures there. The specifics are not important, but we did not find the meteor, unfortunately, and we were hoping course, that coming back would provide some answers, only to find the city in absolute chaos.
I see.
But we have a plan to fix it.
Wonderful to hear. We love a good plan. What would be your plan?
Honey cakes.
We're going to enact the cleansing ritual.
The rite of cleansing flame.
Yes.
And you are aware of this rite requirement?
We are.
And you still wish
Another
to try
thing that
it?
happened at the crash site of the meteor was that we gained power of some kind. Mythic power.
Oh, you did?
We did.
Anything else happened at this crash site that you have yet to mention?
I think that was it. Unless any player who was there remembers anything else.
I'm not very good at these, but can I tell if he, like, is he just like not believing anything we're saying,
Give me a
or
sense motive check.
okay? Actually, I'm okay with them, but I just like if he's just not believing any of it,
Not
or
when
if
you
he
roll like that, you aren't.
Oh, great. Okay.
Oh.
We are
Then
starting
never
off
mind.
very strong tonight, everyone. I'm very proud of us.
3, 4, and what? 1 or a 2?
3.
Oh.
Oh boy.
He appears skeptical, at the very least. Most of the people here definitely don't necessarily seem very trusting of you guys. They recognize you. They haven't attacked you, and that might be why. But you're not sure how influenced they are still.
Can I do like a, I don't know, perception check to see if I'm picking up those vibes?
Yeah, that'd be a sense motive check. Go for it. You definitely pick up on that, I mean, you've at this point also seen many people under the influence of the meteor acting. What's the good term to use? More extremely than normal. These people are, for lack of a better phrase, distrustful at the moment. They recognize you guys, but are... You definitely heard the sort of derision in their voice when Scoffo said he had a plan. You for sure think they're probably still influenced by the meteorite to some extent.
Okay, then I will step forward and kind of create a space between us and the group. And I would introduce Illyria and myself, and hi, I'm Mariah, and this is my good friend Illyria, and we met these guys on the road. But let me tell you about what has happened since we came on the road. And then I want to hear everything that's happened since you guys gotten here. And then I'm going to tell the tale of all of their, hero things that they did and all of the things. And I'll pull the honey cake from my last fucking honey cake out of my pocket and offer it to this guy and be like, no, look, like they're really good guys. And they took us
So many
off the
good
road.
deeds.
Like, yeah, they're like, let me sing the song of these guys. And while I would never lie, I might pepper the truth a little seasoning, a
And
flavor, if you will,
embellishment.
a little razzle dazzle.
Yeah. Go ahead, give me a diplomacy check. All right. And I would say if anyone would like to aid this, they may, because of the conversation that has gone on up until now.
How
Yes.
much would
Illyria
I
would
have
like to aid.
to pepper this conversation to be able to roll deception?
Hmm.
Because I don't want to lie. Like that's
Yeah.
not my move. But I would. It really probably would be diplomacy if we're being honest.
If
Because
we're
I
if
would.
we're
What I would
being
do is,
primarily honest, we're gonna keep it as diplomacy.
yeah. Because I'm gonna tailor the things that they did to
Yeah.
best put them in the light for these specific people. But
Mhm.
they are things that they did.
Yep.
So I think you're right.
They solve problems with local businesses.
Support your local businesses. Well, you gotta wait for the
Yeah.
aid roll. All right. What are you doing?
I got
We
super
protect-
excited. It never happened.
I
Close your
thought
eyes.
I did. I
Protected
had
the
my-
city's green spaces. Mhm.
Okay, an 8. Not
Mhm.
doing it.
Is it not?
I targeted a rye and it's roll. I don't think it's rolling a thing.
It is
Yes.
not. That was me trying it, and it worked.
Oh.
Are you selected on your token and targeting a eye?
I don't know. Hold on. There. No. I don't know why it's not doing it.
Interesting. Well,
Select. And oh. Yep, it doesn't want to do it. Okay.
interesting.
Can you roll for me, please?
Yeah. Well, what I will say is, going off of what was already rolled, the 18 from Arai is a success.
Oh, good.
Hey.
Perfect.
So we'll just leave it at that at the moment. Not sure why 8 isn't working for you, but we'll see how it goes moving forward.
Okay.
Spending a bit of time here to sort of just explain to these guys everything you've seen in more detail. Some of them will accept the honey cake and sort of pass it around and break off little pieces to nibble on. Wig guy that you're talking to would at some point introduce himself as Bartholomew, if you hadn't yet asked him his name.
I will immediately compliment his amazing hair.
After spending a bit of time sort of inundating them with your tales, all of them are a bit more willing to listen to you at this point. And most of the Drasticons begin to speak amongst themselves about the viability of the rite of cleansing flame that you mentioned, and Terpsime would step forward again at this point, having sort of mostly listened, maybe whispered with some other members you imagine are part of the Philosopher's Council. But she'll come forward and first look at Scaphos, Arias, and Ton and make sure you guys are okay. Well, your efforts are much appreciated up until now. As you stated yourself, as you've seen, the city is problematic at the moment. It wouldn't hurt to try this right. It is just back there. We have the archives. That is, the ritual should be held within the scrolls back there. They are currently in disarray, though, so we could begin looking through things, but it'll probably take some time.
Glad to see that you're safe here. When we first heard what was going on, we went to your estate and things were not looking so good.
Yeah, we should begin immediately. There is a plague in South Slope.
And the sooner we get this ready and tested, the better. Please. And she and some of the other members will lead you guys to sort of this back door and into the archives, which is a large sort of L-shaped room. Shelves line the walls. There's lots of damage here. The shelves themselves are covered in deep gouges and some burn marks. The scrolls and tomes are all sort of scattered over the floor, and there's torn pages and bits of paper sort of thrown all over the place. This place is wrecked.
What happened in here?
Not entirely
I'm assuming
sure.
the
Go
crazy
ahead.
people got in here.
Indeed. This whole place
Is the damage...
in disarray.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was just going to ask if the damage looks like recent or it's just kind of always been.
Oh,
like
yeah.
this. Oh,
This damage
it's from
happened
this
within the
incident,
last
not like.
couple days.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah.
You guys all probably gather, not just this room, probably this whole place is trashed, and it's the fault of all these government officials. Whether they were in their right minds or not, probably not. Nevertheless, they're kind of at fault.
It looks like just rage and not ransacking. Like,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
not they
almost
were
like you imagine the people were trying to either fight one another or were fighting like invisible enemies in here.
Shut up. Sorry.
No worries. You notice most of this looks like there's like markings on shelves and bookcases for this whole everything to be sorted. You see like there's locations meant for Bailax's history, hero gods in general, economy, government administration. It's normally should be very well kept and extensive archives. Of course, right now that's a lot harder to do. So, who all would like to put in some time and effort to trying to piece together the ritual?
Fine.
I will.
Yes, Illyria wants to. She sees all the tomes and the books scattered everywhere and immediately wants to dive in and start seeing what everything is.
Yeah.
I want to light him on fire, but I'm a good friend and I won't.
Thank you.
You gotta wait until afterwards, at least.
The only reason why I'm here is because there is fire in the name.
That's fair.
You heard Rite of Cleansing Flame and you're like, ooh. And then you're like, oh, I have to
That's
read
me.
for it?
Yeah, I'm in.
Alrighty. Then this is going to be something that ends up just taking a probably decent amount of time. time here to research everything, but there's a couple different focuses you can each take as we go about this. So the 4 different focuses that you could research effectively are the actual like historic accounts that reference the rite of cleansing flame. More of a focus on like ritualistic languages, because there's multiple ritual scrolls located and stored around the archives here. So trying to sort of decipher the correct ones. You'd focus on just sort of reorganizing and restoring the destroyed documents. And if you think books are for nerds, you could also just go talk to the officials and see what they know and remember.
Oh, that's me.
Illyria wants to start reorganizing like immediately, and she's like commandeers mumble and says, "Let's go, and we're gonna start reorganizing the book."
Okay.
Of course, she's gonna use her own method, so I can't guarantee that everything that's put back is going to be put back in the same order it was before.
The city has a lot
It's
of
all color coded
work to do.
instead of
Yeah.
by theme. No, I
Like-
love this.
Reorganizing is
Very
definitely
aesthetic.
sort of the lesser work that needs to be done on that. It is more restoration focused, I will say.
Like restoration, as in like helping the bindings mend
Yeah,
back together.
like, well, even just piecing them back together. There's glue
Okay,
sticks
okay.
available.
Oh, good, perfect. Glitter, yes.
No glitter glue,
Oh,
just regular
Hey,
glue.
I beg to differ, sir.
What kind of check is deciphering?
The ritual language
Yeah.
is going to be your magical skills. Aside from,
Really?
actually, yeah, any of them would work. Religion, Arcana, Occultism, Nature.
I guess I'll
What
do
was
that.
the first thing you said? It was more to do with the ritual.
Focusing on just kind of reading the historical accounts that
Oh, the
reference the
historical.
rite to see what information you can gather. So, like old, like biographies written down or communications of descriptions of what happened. Accounts of the Phoenix's return and whatnot, and sort of the preparations that needed to be done for the ritual and the festivals. So it's kind of just basically looking through secondhand accounts
Okay.
to try and piece it
Can
together.
you remind me, is it every 100 years the bird was supposed to come back?
Every 137, I believe. Let me check real quick.
And how late is it again?
About a
While
year.
you're checking.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
The bird is they were supposed to show back up last year and did not. Yeah, the Phoenix Selkeen returns every 137 years. And has been doing so for millennia. Last year was the first time they did not show up when they were supposed to.
Are there any long-lived races or ancestries amongst the...
There would be some elves, but like
Yeah, not enough high chance that they were at the last one.
there might be 1 or 2 people that were there at the last one. Elves are not common in Iblydos, and most who are travelers themselves. Bailax especially has a very high human population.
Yeah, and like 137 is really old for even a hero god, right?
That's decent. Hero gods themselves can live a couple hundred years.
Okay. Not that there are any in here.
Right. Arias, what would you like to focus on here?
I guess the first thing then, the historical
Sure. Yeah.
accounts and stuff.
There is, so for reference's sake, we are using the research subsystem right now. So of each of those 4 things, there's basically a maximum amount of information that can be gathered. And I would, of course, tell you at any point when you reach, okay, you've learned as much as you can from this avenue. There's no set amount of time you guys have to spend on this. It is certainly possible to piece together only part of the ritual and say, that's good enough, we're on a time crunch. But you could also go, well, no, I think it's really worth it to potentially spend more time to delve deeper and try and piece together the entire ritual.
One roll per day, or
each of these will take about 2 hours to attempt.
okay.
And what are we rolling?
That's what I'm getting to right now.
Oh, perfect.
Arias, focusing on the sort of secondhand accounts, the archives, your options are Pull Bailax lore, society, and perception. Scophos, yours are, of course, the magical skills as we went over. Illyria, focusing on sort of putting things back together and reorganizing. If you have library lore, that would work. Otherwise, you're going to be looking at more crafting or thievery. And Rai, I don't know if you have scribing lore. Otherwise, it's diplomacy all the way. Very nice. That is a success.
Could,
Mine.
considering... Oh, go ahead.
Hold on. I'm trying to get my. I've been having trouble with my dice.
You may need
And
to
it just
refresh
isn't gonna-
Foundry. If it's not rolling, it's probably just a general Foundry issue, and refreshing should help.
My little window's not even popping up.
Then yeah,
Hold on, I'm
it just needs
refreshed.
to refresh.
You're dead.
Could I use we've met before to learn Paul Bailax lore after speaking with the
Most certainly.
Classic one?
Yeah. Yeah, anyone who has that as your second level mythic feat, this would be a great time to use that for an appropriate lore
That's
skill.
a mythic point, right?
It is. Yep, you spend a mythic point and then you
And-
get the lore at mythic proficiency.
Second mythic point.
And 11 is a failure,
And-
Scophos.
You said I should just turn on mythic proficiency and roll another lore? Or
Yeah,
should I,
it doesn't really
add it?
matter.
Okay.
I'd like to say he just immediately uses his mythic power and just starts.
Yeah. 31 is absolutely a critical success for you, Scophos.
A 5 does not make it, does it?
5 is a critical failure, Illyria.
I
Close.
figured that.
Oh my
Oh
goodness,
my
what is with the threes
gosh!
today?
What is going on?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Good news, though.
Oh.
An 18 is an exact success. And
Okay, good.
Arias, a 16 is an exact success for the lore skill specifically. So,
Okay.
So also, as Illyria's working her way through, like putting these things back together in her own personal way of doing it, she's gonna mark any scrolls or tomes or books she comes across that are have to do with herbalism. A little sigil mark, a little leaf with a little flower on, and she's gonna mark it on the outside, on the side face, like the spine of a book, or like the very bottom on the outside, so it wouldn't be like noticeable to anybody else if they notice tome or a scroll. It's gonna be on the back side on the very bottom, and so she's gonna mark she's like, oh, that's interesting. She's gonna mark with a sigil.
okay. There are very few, considering these are mostly records. I'd say the closest are like, just like tomes on local flora on the
perfect.
island that Bailax sits on.
Absolutely, she's gonna get lost in reading those and be like, oh my gosh, get
Fantastic.
like off track from what she's supposed to be looking for.
By the time the first sort of 2 hours have passed, bringing you guys to a bit after 1 in the afternoon at this point, you find some clues. not the full detail of the ritual, but some of the key parts. It needs a pretty hefty amount of rarer incenses to be burned as part of the spell, somewhere in the realm of about 300 golds worth. Scaffo's
Oh,
great
boy.
expression. How are level 3 adventurers supposed to finance that?
Can I have some gold, please?
The
Yes,
city
me
will
too.
probably finance it for you.
Thank you. We'll save you, but also.
You also see references to hot coals and firewalking.
Oh, no.
I'm really good at that.
Oh, yes.
However, after those first 2 hours, you do not have the entirety of the ritual put together in a usable manner as of yet. You've got some key elements, but have yet to put together a even usable portion of it.
Let's go again.
So you guys can absolutely continue.
Again.
Does everyone wish to continue researching the same avenues?
Yes.
Illyria,
guess.
I love your insistence on doing that with your crafting roll. I'm so happy.
It's fun. It's fun. We're just going to do it. It's going to be fine.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Scoffos.
Also, plus 0.
Yeah, I was just gonna stick with the same thing.
Sounds good.
One thing that caught my eye was when we were talking to the guy earlier. He said something about like the. Are you aware of what it like costs or what it requires or something? Did it seem like he was just referring to like the great amount of magical power and components you need, or did it seem like he meant there would be something like very physically taxing or challenging? I guess I'm trying to see, like, did he mean that there, like, this firewalking, you need like some kind of pain, sacrifice involved?
Over the course of the conversation you guys had with them earlier, what they were referring to was the need for mythic power.
Okay, yeah.
Because before they knew you guys had access to mythic power, that's why they're like, you really want to, try this? Like, do you know there's a reason we wait for the Phoenix? Scoffos, that is a success array. 15 does fail, unfortunately.
Arrays, I assume.
Arrays, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Still not bad. You guys are in a very good spot after this point in time.
If you're not going to reroll, then can I not reroll?
I mean, you've already re-rolled.
Can I take it back?
Not after you've seen the result.
I'm trying to decide. Well, I could reroll. I don't know.
Well, I just want to save the mythic point. If we're not in a time crunch.
I mean, the city is exploding as we speak. So,
I mean,
you guys
I can
are on a
reroll
time
mine as
crunch.
well.
There's just
Okay, then how about I reroll this one, and if I fuck up the next one, then you reroll.
I'm just not
Sure.
telling you guys like how long you have until the city blows up, because you guys don't
it's
have
only
that.
a city.
What like time of day is it right now? Is it? I can't remember when we went
Still
to
early
meet these
afternoon.
people. Okay. We still have time today.
By the end of this further bout of research, most of you are pretty confident you've kind of gotten everything you can out of your various sources. Looking through sort of the language of the different rituals, Scoffos, you've kind of narrowed down the ones that deal specifically with the rite of cleansing flame. Alright, there's only so many people here. 4 hours is a lot of time to talk to them, and you interview them probably multiple times over to get just everything you can out of them. I'm unsure how often the topic pivots into some other direction for extended periods.
Much time.
Reasonable. And Illyria, by the end of this 4 hours, while the entire library is not perfect anymore, you've gotten the vast majority of the damage at least cleaned up.
Yes, because I'm super fat
Yes.
and I have Mumble to help me.
There's certainly more information to find from these sort of historical references, but you guys have the information necessary that you could cast this spell at this point. There's a few gaps here and there missing in exact terminology, but you could certainly attempt the ritual. As it is, this rite of cleansing flame involves a tradition of fire walking where the participants are casters of the spell, who are the ones with mythic power, perform a dance over hot coals while the casting occurs. You know, this ritual requires about 4 people to cast, 1 person to be the primary caster, 3 people to be secondary casters. In terms of mechanics, it does require the primary caster of the ritual to expend a mythic point to cast this spell. You're looking at the primary checks being religion and occultism, and your secondary checks being acrobatics, nature, and performance. Can also only be cast within the city-state of Bailax. Just want to say that. It's not something that you guys could, like, go take and cast other places as well.
The supporting cast are the whomever is not the primary are going to be rolling the supporting
Correct.
roles, right?
Yep, so 1 person will roll either religion or occultism. Everyone else will roll either acrobatics, nature, or performance.
My highest of the 2 primary is religion at a +8, and then as secondary, it's performance at +9.
My highest would be my nature at +11, so I would definitely want to roll be a supporting.
Yeah, based on the party sheet, I should probably lead it. I have the highest religion, and our occultism is just bad.
I wonder why the Let's Become Hero Gods and Build Cults campaign doesn't really have great occultism amongst the party and has better religion. Huh, who'd have thunk?
Who'd have thunk?
You guys think it's worth finishing research into that one area, or should we just try it as is?
It's still
Guess that
early
would be another
afternoon
2
after
hours.
It's a bit after 3 p.m. by the time you finish.
I think 1 more time is fine.
The
I
spell
can't spend a mythic.
will take
unless
8
we're doing
hours
it
to
tomorrow.
cast.
Oh, we're doing it
Oh,
tomorrow.
golly.
Spell has
Oh, we could
a
do it.
cast time of 8 hours, but sort of an instantaneous effect when it finishes.
Any
Does
particular
it have to
time of
be?
day?
Does the spell have to be cast in a specific place or a specific time of day?
No, just has to be done sort of, you would do it up here in the Acropolis, probably.
Okay.
The pyres back at the, what's it called? The Stoa. Those are an important component to the ritual, so the fact that they are relit will help. The other thing to remember is this city sort of, or this ritual requires a lot of sort of additional help and individuals to be a part of it. You guys would be the ones primarily channeling the magic, but it is still built upon the efforts of basically all the city's leadership working together. And
Then can I
Mhm.
can I go back and get our priest friends and they can help?
Well, that's where the issue lies. Both sides are still kind of hateful towards each other.
Then can I use that since we're gonna do 2 more hours, can I use that 2 hours to sow joy and harmony and friendship as magic?
The priests at the temple had mentioned that they would be willing to speak with the Drassicons to see if there was a way to sort of mend their relationship towards this. So if you would like to try and spend this time to convince these government officials to also participate in a meeting of some sorts, you certainly could.
Perfect, thank you.
What would other people like to do here?
So we're down to just the historical references.
Which is Pull Bailax lore, society, and perception.
Okay, perceptions. I'm high wisdom. That's good. Is that just public?
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Valeria will also help with.
By all means.
I'm trying to decide if I want to help with that, or I guess I could help where I like talk to people or something.
Up to you.
Or wait, yeah, I think considering we probably don't need more than like one more success, I will help Arai, and I think after maybe the most recent period of researching, Arias like her head kind of started swimming and got irritated with this all this reading, and it's just like
so much text.
I have a super important question.
I have a mildly important answer.
Arrayus, do you have
Yes.
hands? Or like
yes.
hooves?
I'm going off the this art that I'm using where it's like, yeah, it has like anthropomorphic like human hands.
Perfect. Then I will grab your hand and lead you into the fray of hoity-toity bureaucrats.
Minotaurs in general have hands. They have hooved feet,
right, yeah, that
but
wouldn't
then
really make any
hands.
sense.
Interesting.
They're not
Like an axe
quadrupedal.
between my hooves.
I feel like that'd be
Good to
uncomfortable.
know. Good to know.
Then
They
I
do
will-
with the centaur pretending.
Paint your hoof when you're sleeping.
the classic Minotaur Halloween costume is just a torso that they go on all fours and pretend they're a centaur. Arias, go ahead and give me a diplomacy check that will treat as an aid roll to Arise.
Okay. Should I do the normal aid stuff or just
Just roll
check?
diplomacy, since the check was already rolled.
I just got excited.
Now,
All good. Very nice. All right, so that's a 19 total for Arai. Successes for both Illyria and Scophos do help you fill in the sort of final bits of the ritual. The sort of completed scrolls you have brought back together, you fill in some of the missing information using the secondhand accounts and the information that some of the officials have either heard or remember from when they were setting up last year. Because even though the Phoenix didn't arrive, they still prepped for the Phoenix's arrival last year. So they've got some memories of that. And then just generally restoring them, you guys have the complete ritual. Which is pretty good. We love the Rite of Cleansing Flame. It is a second rank ritual. For the most part. And not only will it sort of restore the general situation in Bailax if pulled off successfully, it should also immediately cure any and all detrimental emotion and mental effects on people in the city. Arai and Arias, the two of you managed to speak with Bartholomew, with Terpsime, some of the other city leadership, and do convince them that it would be in their best interest to speak with the different, with the priests, with Scorgamos, with Firekeeper, what's her name? Thymene. I can't English good. Because both sides were pretty hostile with one another, weren't really willing to head into each other's quote-unquote territory, and even though they believe they are no longer affected by the meteor, they believe the other group still probably is, despite any reassurances you provide them. They're sort of at the point where, okay, the ritual probably would work. Seems like you guys have a decent handle on it. We're not going to trust each other until the ritual has actually fixed everything. Which, of course, creates problems when they're needed for the ritual.
I feel like I can build on. We'll get along.
Yeah, they do agree to a forum, so to speak, a sort of mediated discussion between the two groups. And if you are willing to mediate that, you could certainly take care of that this evening.
Perfect.
What better place than the amphitheater? Nice neutral
I'll
ground.
ask who amongst them is good at making wine jugs, because that's the way to their heart.
Indeed.
It's just the way to get the Earthen Lady to trust you.
Well, it worked for us.
That's true. For mechanical purposes, you guys can currently cast the ritual as is, normal DCs and everything. If you do not manage to bring both groups to at least a tentative treaty and peace between one another, that will increase the DC of any checks made during the ritual, since you will not have their easy and consistent assistance. Does anyone have anything else you would like to do? I would imagine between everyone here taking some time, you guys maybe sending some people back over to the temple to let them know that the government has agreed to a forum, and heading over to the amphitheater. You've probably got an hour and a half or so before this discussion will begin. Is there anything you guys would like to do during that time for yourselves?
Well, Illyria would definitely like to take some time to. There's a refreshment area around anywhere. Just up a little bit. Duh.
Sorry, you are cutting out a little bit with your mic as is.
Oh, sorry about that. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Illyria would like to just take some downtime to go wash up and get a little bit more presentable. This is going to be a big deal. Maybe rest a little bit. Have some honey cakes.
You guys really like those honey cakes. Damn.
Yes.
Yeah, by all means. Anyone else?
Is this also like the center of law? Like,
The Megaron is.
so is this where they'd have like wanted posters and stuff?
If there was
Or,
a
like,
need for things like wanted posters, they would certainly, they would at least have copies here.
I want to look through their records, see if they have any steno men on file.
Ah, interesting. Yeah, go ahead. Give me a... we'll go with same roles we were going through with that. So we'll say society, perception, or library lore here.
Okay, we'll go perception.
I had written this down a while ago. I don't remember if we ever found anything else about it or what she was talking about, but that steno woman who was using like the teeth artifact thing,
Mhm.
Fermina, she had said there was a person in town a week ago calling themselves a prophet. I wrote that down. Did
Yep.
we ever find out what that was even referring to?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I might want to ask the politicians. They probably would have kept tabs on that.
Yeah, maybe in that case I'll ask Terpsime and some other people, the council, if they knew what that meant.
Yeah.
Or if that was just random gossip.
Was from what you gather talking to the people here, there's like some people who heard of it. It's probably more like gossip. Some of them definitely heard of like up in the Kylix there was some individual, kind of like odd guy who called himself a prophet and was preaching of a new golden age for Iblydos. But no one was really giving him the time of day, and didn't really keep tabs on him because they were more focused on the rising tension in the city as a whole. Scoffos, that's not good.
Okay.
Nope.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm gonna say on that roll especially, unfortunately, no records of Theno males in the city that you could not like very easily just note are citizens that have lived here for quite some time and don't have any sort of suspicious history to them.
Okay. So for the story, I guess.
Love it when the dice rolls don't make me give you information you're not supposed to have yet. It's my favorite.
I will mention that sorry, there's like an ambulance outside. I will mention that rumor, I guess, or that guy calling himself a prophet thing to Scoffos, and just like someone preaching about like a new golden age. It certainly kind of sounds like what someone with some particular ideas would think of an era where mythic power is more widespread, so could be a relation, but of course I don't know.
There's always a chance he's right as well. Mythic power was dying.
Yeah.
Now it's back, although
How widespread is mythic power at this point?
Mythic power suffuses Iblydos. Oh, sorry, go ahead. I don't know if that was more in question.
I was actually
in
going to say
character.
suffuses as well.
It's such a great word. We love suffuses.
It diffuses the entirety of Iblydos, the land, the fauna.
It's less that mythic power itself was dying out, and more the practice of myth speaking, which is how most people were able to come into contact with mythic power, was dying out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Mythic power,
it's not that it was dying out of the land, it was not transferring to
yeah, people weren't
individuals.
awakening it.
Got it.
It's always there. It's kind of like a second layer underneath the skin of the earth here in Iblydos. It's just there. There's a lot of it.
Okay.
But it kind of keeps to itself most of the time.
Interesting.
People had a way to tap into it, and now they don't.
I see.
Yeah, I would just believe it was dying because nobody in 137 years has ever
That's fair.
accidentally accessed it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, the Cyclops seers can't tell you how to do it anymore, but somebody probably would have accidentally.
Yeah. Law of averages, right?
Yeah.
There's a part of me that kind of wishes, like, the last day the Phoenix arrived was the year the Age of Lost Omens began, but no, it was like a decade earlier. So
Oh.
it would have been really fun if it was connected like that, but no. Too much of a coinky dink, I suppose. As the evening arrives, though, you guys make your way over to the amphitheater. Number of the other officials, the Cyclopses, the Pyre Keeper, all sort of make their way there as well. Most of them still have armor, bandages, and weapons on their person, but do not draw them in their presence, especially sort of seeing you all up on the central field. They asked you guys to mediate, but pretty quickly, like, they begin conversing with one another and amongst themselves, and within like 2 minutes, bickering begins. The priests and the Cyclopses are very much more in favor of performing the rite of cleansing flame with all the information you gave them. The government officials acknowledge that it could help, but are scared of a potential backfiring of it, especially since it was designed to work with the Phoenix. You guys have mythic power yourselves, but they are very concerned that just the presence of mythic power isn't actually what the ritual requires, and if it backfires, performs poorly, something worse could befall the city.
How likely is it?
You're not really sure. You guys probably don't think there's a huge risk of that.
Okay.
Maybe, like, if you guys critically fail the ritual, you might have something bad like that happen, but...
Would you describe the red mist as an environmental hazard?
For what purposes?
Oh, the olive tree gives a +1 to saves against environmental hazards.
Just by its
Have
presence?
the meeting under the olive tree.
That's awesome.
Hmm.
We can call it the Treaty of the Olive Tree.
The olive treaty, one might say.
Yes.
Jericho
love
with
it.
the jokes.
Were there any historical accounts of the ritual going wrong? I assume
No, not that
Not
you
really.
found, but there were no historical accounts of it being done without the Phoenix. The Phoenix was
Yeah.
always the focal point of the spell. And that's
Thanks
why
for
their main
creating the spell.
concern is, without the spell, or without the Phoenix, is it truly just mythic power that it's requiring, or is it the Phoenix itself? That would
Do
definitely
they
require
ever
some...
save the ashes?
Sorry?
Do they ever save the ashes of the previous attempts?
No, the ashes get spread sort of automatically to revitalize the
sense.
land. And they don't keep any... Be a little disrespectful, they think? To just keep them? Like, hey, we're adding a little bit of your ashes to a jar every year, and we're going to make a great cocktail in a couple decades. There is a problem that arises, though. Mediating this would probably be pretty simple for you guys. Who better to make it harder than everyone's favorite trio walking in?
Damn it.
Everyone's least favorite group of people, Aki and her crew, sort of make their way into the amphitheater and sort of like stand in the back listening for a couple minutes, but when everything sort of calms down for a moment and you guys begin to progress in sort of mediating, that's when Aki leads her crew forward, sort of steps down towards the tree where you guys are orating underneath and goes, excuse us, sorry to interrupt, but, do you mind if we say some things as well? I think our points are worth listening to in this discussion.
Sure.
Wonderful. After all, this is, from what it looks like, at least a forum, and what is a forum if not a place where everyone can speak their minds until we come to an agreement? Isn't that right, Scaphos?
Never known you to be particularly agreeable. But sure.
Wonderful.
I feel like you're enunciating very clearly. Kind of freaks me out.
Me or Scaphos here?
That was an inside thought.
My apologies. I will take my outside words back inside. Mediating the forum here. I'm going to give you guys some options still, because the forum is going to kind of keep going to new topics, where you guys can basically choose who is going to make an attempt to argue your point, and anyone else in the group can aid if they would like. But we've got a couple topics to go on here. The ritual itself is a major topic that needs to be gone over. There is also sort of the general issues in Pulp Bailax going on that need to be taken care of. Violence in the city, how things are going to be resolved afterwards, whether there's going to be punishment for people, whether there's going to be fines for damages, or if the city is going to basically cover all of that themselves, because this is more so a freak accident than anyone's direct fault. And those would be the two main things until Semini brings up the fact that, well, okay, but we've got our city's leadership fighting amongst each other now. That's not good for the city's health. We need to make clear we've already got the Philosopher's Council and the Drassicons being different from one another, and that's had problems in the past, but now they and the religious side of the city are having problems. There's a major divide here preventing things from getting done. We need change.
Semini is
Semini is her.
Centaur?
I'm sorry?
The Centaur?
No, Semini is the alchemist in Aki's group. She's a human. I believe
So
you
these
guys... Oh, go ahead.
These are dissenters to the current regime.
Yeah, can I sense motive her?
Yeah, go for it. It's...
I'm just a little like... It sounds like she's trying
I
to
will say,
use just
sense
instability to
motive
push it.
or recall knowledge would work for Semini here.
I'm gonna sense motive. I think I'll use ears that hear the truth. I don't think we're doing the ritual tonight.
Sure.
So we'll roll this at Mythic proficiency.
Works for me. Okay. There's a couple things you gather. Illyria, you've done your research on Iblydos and its city-states, and also just generally having spoken with the group here, what they know of these people, because you met this group back at the olive farm, where you also briefly met this group of three. Semini is from Pulse Lyrica to the west of here and is a very aristocratic city-state with a more value on martial prowess. Semini, you think, definitely comes from perhaps a powerful family, maybe, from Pulse Lyrica, and might have a vested interest in that sort of rulership.
See.
Scophos, building on that, you absolutely think she is, and I mean, she'll come out pretty openly to say that she believes Bailax should appoint an autocrat to oversee this, at the very least, the catastrophe and recovering from it. She's, to you at least, pretty implicitly nominating herself for this. She's not coming out and saying it, but you can read between the lines well enough.
Oh, okay,
She's trying to push for authority here. So,
I see.
this
is
forum,
the city state that everyone doesn't like, right? They just attack everybody.
Pulse
Or is
Lyrica.
Yeah. Is
The
that
people-
the right one, or is there another one?
I think so. People don't really. Pulse Lyrica is a very sort of martial prowess focused place. Not a lot of people are the biggest fans of it, to say the least.
Yeah, they often start fights with their neighbors over perceived slights, grabbing plunder and territory.
Yeah.
And then everybody else has to team up to get their stuff back. That's what it says.
But hey, they export a lot of cheese, so you win some, you lose some, really. Yeah, Stellirican belligerence is one of the few constants in Iblydan history, is probably the best way to tie it up. This forum will go until you guys, basically until either your guys' team or their team convinces the forum of their points. So anytime you guys fail a roll, you're going to not only not be gaining successes yourself, you're going to be giving your opposition a success. So this is a situation where you really don't want to fail if you can help it. And there's a couple different ways you can mediate, depending on how you would like to resolve the situation. So let's begin. We'll start with an example as the first topic, the focus on the ritual. Ulshuk will step forward to share his points on the matter, and you're not sure how he knows the ritual because he was not in the Megaron with you guys, but he seems to have a decent understanding of it, and not only promotes performing it, but trying out some modifications to it. Modifying the position of the Phoenix's torch and using that as a central focus of the ritual in its more sort of metaphorical representation of the city's Phoenix, rather than as a source of mythic power. Highly untested. But he's convincing. Who would like to try... Scophos, I get, where believe me.
The priest of Nethys? Right.
Yeah, the priest of Nethys wants to make untested modifications to an ancient magic ritual. What could go wrong?
Right.
Who would like to sort of lead the argument here? Who wants to be the one to make the check?
Would Illyria's research have prepared her for arguing against someone trying to make changes to the ritual?
Yeah, all of you guys are going to be well equipped enough to make arguments. And the skill checks you roll are more so going to be based around how you argue, how you make your points in this forum.
Right.
Because it's
Illyria
debate
will
techniques.
step forward.
Sure.
Illyria will step forward and start to argue the point against making changes to an ancient ritual that no one's done in a really long time.
Right, the smart response.
Right.
All right, Illyria, you've got a couple options for how you would like to argue this point. Would you like to, use some allegory in your argument? Maybe some tale or fable you're aware of, maybe locally or even from Tian Sha that more metaphorically illustrates why you don't fuck with magic. Do you want to try and bait Olshuk here into verbal traps, fluster him perhaps, or even scare him and get him to back down? Do you want to boast? Do you want to talk up your own accomplishments? Maybe emphasize your qualifications? Do you want to flatter the audience?
I think going with
or do you just want to be logical?
I think being logical, yes, but using allegory and stories to illustrate my point.
Sure. Well, you got to choose one. So your options are allegory, baiting, boasting, flattery, and logic.
I'll do allegory.
Allegory. Fantastic. The skill checks for allegory are going to be religion or society. Your choice. Would anyone like to aid here?
Aid in religion or society?
Indeed.
Oh, shit.
Guess I could aid.
Yeah.
I've got a +8 for religion. That's all I can do.
Yeah, the +9. But I guess I'll aid. No, I guess I need to target her, right?
Indeed.
Okay, can I roll?
Religion.
Once you get the aid from Scoffos, he's trying to make your life easier. He
Yeah,
rolled a
there you
natural 20.
Good job.
She's just excited.
I appreciate your guys' enthusiasm.
And boom. And boom.
Very nice. Okay. A 27 will be a critical success in this situation.
Nice.
We will use D8s to track your guys' points. Why not?
For funsies.
There's definitely a lot of Tien stories of unchecked magic and the issues that arise from it, making changes to rituals. There's a direct thought I'm thinking in this regard, but it's spoilers for something else, so I will not say it. But if you know, you know. I don't think any of you here know, but after a little while of debating, Olshuk backs down a little bit in his point, but more so that the forum just needs to move on. Just because we're going to go through everything and then revisit any points that are we're not confident in. Into topic 2, the city. Things are not going well. There's been a lot of problems, and while you guys have done a fantastic job resolving most situations with your words, Aki here is a bit more of a violent individual and comes onto the stage fully applauding both the government officials and the priests for resolving their problems that they have with one another with their weapons, and encourages them that this forum's a bit of a waste of time, don't you think? After all, might makes right, as they say, so we might as well get to it. Who would like to try and talk back against Aki?
Probably Scapos, but it's just like I'm out of hero points. So
So, how about we do this? I'm minding my own business, having a good time, and like Sick has decided to roll in super hard. So I am here, but I do not have the energy to lead any forum. Can I just give you my hero point so that you can take one for the team?
I will allow that.
Thank you.
all right, I put one back.
Yes. You may have one of Araya's mythic points.
So
Let us know if you need
the
anything.
options for allegory and what?
Well, you could use allegory.
Boasting.
You could be baiting. You could be boasting. You could use flattery. You could use logic. All have a variety of skill checks. Make your choice, and I'll tell you what to roll. I will say, repeated use of the same strategy increases the DC. So the DC for allegory is now higher, since you guys have already used an allegory in this.
Do any of them need deception or diplomacy for an aid?
Yes.
Can we do that one and I'll aid?
I'm not saying which ones. I want you guys to choose how you are mediating the forum, and then I will tell you what roles are important for it. The DC is not high to start on these rolls.
Scaphos isn't the boasting type.
Okay.
And who wants to flatter Aki?
It's not
No,
flattering your opponent, it's flattering the
crowd.
audience.
Also
Oh,
not
never mind.
Scaphos' way.
Sort of like, mention the good points they have,
Yeah.
soothe some ruffled
I think he's
feathers.
like
Society.
irritated at Aki again,
That's fair.
so he's probably gonna go baiting.
Sure. Baiting will be deception or intimidation. So, Arai lights up and may roll an aid.
Ta-da!
That's a critical success, Scaphos.
Nice.
Gonna need
Hey,
it.
good job.
I got you, boo.
Deception and intimidation are both +1.
Which are you feeling?
Probably gonna be intimidation.
Sure. I think that's fair.
So that was a crit on the aid.
Yes, so a +2. Zerai is expert.
I don't think I have anything. Oh, actually, what level is Aki?
Your Queen Mother tattoo specifically is also just a circumstance bonus, so I don't believe it stacks with aid
Damn
either
it.
way. I know, it's a little annoying.
All right, I think I don't have anything else that'll help.
Okay.
Nat 20, come on, second one in a row. Okay, I'm gonna mythic point this.
That's what it's here for.
Much better.
Fantastic. I I almost imagine your words just kind of come out as a growl to start. Just anger. Just annoyance.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Inaki just like looks at you, raises a feathered eyebrow for a moment, and after you take a minute, actually begin just tearing down what a dumbass idea that is. Eventually, after a dressing down by Scoffos, the forum just needs to move on a little bit. Who would like to take the lead when telling Semini that she's a fucking idiot and needs to get off her high horse and leave the government alone?
Where's Quick when we need him? I feel like he would really like that.
He's at an
Yeah,
Easter
no
party because
kidding.
he hates us.
I think
So,
Arrayas can do it. She's got the best
Yeah, I was gonna say I can.
diplomacy, at least of people who are not ill right now.
Okay.
Well,
And Illyria will aid Arias
Sure.
in her role.
I would
yeah, I
I'll
guess.
whisper to you though, like what she wants, because I figured
Oh,
out
that
like,
she's
she wants to
implying
be.
that it should be her.
Yeah,
I would imagine you guys
Right.
can share that with yourselves. Well, Arias, how would you like to argue?
Yeah. Maybe I can use flattery and lean into the fact that, like, many of the politicians and priests here, like, are, if you're even talking about that, are better qualified than you. Like, what gives you the right to do it when there are all these smart people here working together, etc. And use
Absolutely.
flattery to mention that this is their job as well.
Flattery is going to fall under deception or diplomacy.
Okay.
So, Arai, you may aid with either of those. Or not Arai, I'm sorry, Illyria. Your names are too
Yep,
similar.
I'm gonna
I'll
aid.
use diplomacy.
I got so excited,
I'm sorry.
dangling the carrot in front of
Thank
me.
you.
And that is a +1, Arias.
Okay.
Arias, Arai, Illyria. The names are all super similar. Y'all just want me to get them wrong.
Yes. Okay, got everything.
That is a success.
Okay.
Yay!
The first one
Do
to
you still have
not
2
roll a
mythic
critical
points?
success. What a shame.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's...
I really wanted to do boasting, but yeah.
I have the nuclear option if she somehow convinces everybody there needs to be one leader.
Well, so far you guys are doing a damn good job of keeping both sides of the audience on your side. They haven't gotten... Aki's team has gotten no points across, and you guys are thoroughly undermining their arguments pretty consistently. So... I do think it relatively fitting, Arias, based off of how you said you were sort of coming back, since you were more focused on if there is need for, like, one individual or group to be in charge. It shouldn't be Semini. There's other people that would do better. Works pretty well, but perhaps they also... The audience isn't super interested in changing the government structure right now at all. So... we'll see how that shakes out. But the audience is definitely leaning on your guys' side as of right now. Uh-oh. Lyria's back. That is the last topic, and since no final decision has been met, we are sort of circling back to the ritual again. Ulshuk coming back up to reiterate his points. Okay, maybe the Phoenix's torch isn't the best idea. If we need to focus on mythic power, then let's just get a whole bunch of the firebirds. The pyrefowls should work just fine. They're like mini phoenixes, so we just get a bunch of them together. That's basically a phoenix all at once. So let's try that.
Or I don't know, like, just hear me out. Maybe we not be fucking stupid.
Well,
I just made that up.
who would like to take the lead in telling Olshuk to shut up and sit down? Anyone may.
I have too much hate in my heart right now. I do not feel like I would be an effective advocate for our team.
I mean,
Gotta be you, Cindy.
Are we
yeah, could-
for the Firebirds stepping in, or is he trying to change things again?
He's trying to change things again.
he's trying to change it.
Oh, for crying out loud.
He's saying, okay, no
Okay,
Phoenix
this
is
time we're
tortured,
just gonna-
but we'll use a
They're,
bunch
yeah,
of...
they're also hyper important to the people of this city.
They are, yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't make
Yeah,
any sense.
like, no.
Illyria's just gonna just straight up ridicule this idea completely.
Yes! Obviously
like-
you're on drugs.
Yes.
You've
Why
been
are you
sniffing
being
meteorites.
dumb?
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, go sit down.
Well,
Can I aid?
Yeah.
Where's hatred?
What are... Hatred isn't an option, unfortunately.
Which one is most closely akin to "don't be a dumbass"?
Probably baiting. Trying to,
Okay,
to
yep,
lure him
there-
into a trap where he makes himself look stupid.
Yeah, I let's do that one.
Okay. That is deception or intimidation, Arai, to aid.
How do I aid again? I'm sorry.
You can just roll the skill check, but it's in the basic action macros if you'd like to use it.
Good music.
I know. It was a great song.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
We all are. It's okay.
I'm like, I don't understand what this means. I was pushing completely the wrong button.
That is
Bitch,
a
I got
critical
you.
success. You've got a +2, Illyria, to deception or intimidation here. This has been used before, so the DC is slightly higher.
Circumstance and boom. No.
A 14 fails.
Yeah, I figured. Boom.
But a 29 will critically succeed. And with that,
Girl.
you guys have done enough to not only take their points and grind them into the dirt, but showcase to both the religious and lawful leaders of this city that these people are kind of fucking insane and are probably a threat. If not to the city, to themselves at the very least.
The most sane one is the crazy magic worshiper.
Right.
The other two want a single leader and go ahead and fight for that honor. In this,
And the crazy
Fuck
magic
those.
worshiper is going, let's take an ancient ritual and fuck with it.
yeah.
Just to see.
Just to see if
worst
it
that
works.
could happen.
Funsies, you
Right.
know.
Now, we do have to appreciate Olshuk's commitment to the bit, I suppose, since Nethys' holy symbol is black and white halved masks. And this man is fully a black and white lizard folk, straight down the middle. He is committed at the very least.
Did he dye his
Good for him.
scales, or just like, is it after he started worshiping Nethys, or like was he just born that way and so he decided to worship Nethys because he looks like that?
Yes.
You know what? I don't think even he knows anymore, or at least he's not telling. He is, my favorite description is him grimly pragmatic.
Same.
He's one of
Him
those
and-
people. Oh, go ahead.
Him and Semini are fine, but my hatred of Aki kind of rolls off onto them.
Olshuk is one of those people that's very much the ends justify the means. So, and when that comes to magic, that's all sorts of problems being built. Aki very much has an inflated sense of self-importance and makes sure everyone around her knows it.
So does Semini.
Yeah, but Semini is more of a schemer.
Yeah.
Aki's just kind of an idiot. But this entire situation takes a few hours, bringing you pretty late into the evening by the time the whole discussion winds down, and eventually Aki, Semini, and Olshuk, seeing that they're not getting their points across, just kind of go, fine, you do your thing, and we'll see how well it goes, and wander off.
I was
But-
expecting fine. Barbarian rage.
She's holding it in for the moment, but you probably hear a something exploding once they're outside. Something's breaking. By the end of it, you guys have gotten the two groups to not fully reconcile, because they're still sort of banking on the ritual to accomplish that, but make peace enough to cooperate on ensuring this ritual goes as well as possible, with you all as the focus point of it, to hopefully resolve the issues here in the city. Which means the only thing you have left to do is perform the rite. Probably not a good idea to do so how late at night it is, and considering it takes quite a while to cast, so perhaps worth finding a spot and resting for the evening before trying this tomorrow, unless you guys have anything else you would like to do.
I can't think of anything.
No.
Okay.
Resting sounds good.
Wonderful. Then what I will say is everyone feel free to go ahead and take a long rest here. As you do so, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. So everyone can stand up, stretch, grab some more water, and I will see you all in just a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone. After resting for the evening, morning arrives and the time to perform the rite arrives upon us. So, let's go ahead and make our decisions here. Who is going to be the primary caster of the ritual, and who will be our secondary casters?
I think Scaphos is the primary. Highest religion.
A secondary.
I'll be secondary.
Scaphos, do you have a mythic point available to you?
Oh, wait.
I'll give him one.
Yours got used up.
Yeah, for some reason my brain went stupid and I thought it's after a long rest.
Oh no. Well,
But yeah, I have to let her give me one again.
I suppose I will allow Arai to provide her last mythic point to you, Scaphos, for the use, the expenditure in the casting of the ritual. This does mean, aside from Arrayus, no one has the ability to re-roll anything during this ritual. So,
Yes.
get your prayers out
Right.
now for good rolls, people. They're necessary.
Can I be a secondary caster, or does
Yeah.
one need to be a caster?
So there's one primary caster, who it sounds like is Scophos in this case, and then 3 secondary casters. So you...
But like, I don't
Alright,
need to
Illyria.
do magic, really. 'Cause
No, only the...
it's
and
just about.
technically anyone can cast a ritual, even if they are unable to cast
Yes.
magic in the first place.
Okay.
So,
Then I will.
yes. As you all head out and sort of prepare in the morning, you make your way over towards Phoenix's torch, where everything is set up. Set on the ground in front of it, a bed of hot coals smolders. Pyrekeeper Simene finishes sort of setting up braziers of incense at each of the bed's corners. You see a number of the temple priests off to the side practicing notes on their instruments, pan flutes, double-reeded alloy specifically, which that's an old instrument. Look it up. Slightly discordant twangs of music echoing across the plaza. The smell of smoke hangs in the air. The Phoenix's torch itself, a relatively smaller flame for the moment. Pyrekeeper sort of nods as you all approach, looking at you, wipes some sweat from her brow. We've prepared the site for the ceremony. We're ready to begin whenever you are.
Very well.
As the ritual begins, Scophos, you begin to sort of focus on the magic as you all prepare to step over the coals and begin the tradition of firewalking. Making sure I get my time properly set up. Music begins to play, the different instruments echoing out as they perform, I suppose. I'm not good at describing music. I'm sorry. I got called tone deaf in choir in high school. So I don't know what I'm talking about with music. Don't ask me. The music is actually not the most pleasant to listen to, if anything. The notes sort of seem to clash with one another, rising and falling. There's not really a harmony. Melodies begin and then just sort of collapse. There'll be a beautiful rhythm before it stutters for a moment and then rapidly speeds up. It's an intentional dissonance as the ritual begins to progress. As our secondary casters and Scophos all begin to dance upon the coals. This is not the secondary or primary check for the ritual yet, but I do need a roll from each of you to perform over the coals. You can give me acrobatics or performance to dance, or you can simply give me a fortitude save to withstand the heat for the duration of this ritual. Arai, that is a success. Arrayus, that is a success. Illyria, that is a success. Scophos, that is a failure.
Okay.
Scophos, give me a reflex save, please. Awesome. You will go ahead and take half damage over the course of this ritual. Just 3 points of fire damage to you. The rest of you will get a +1 status bonus to your secondary check because of your dancing and ability to resist the heat. So you basically perform the firewalking very well, which does aid in the ritual.
Woohoo!
It's a very sort of deliberate dance as it begins. Some deliberate steps, measured turns, precise movements. Embers sort of flaring and scattering as you step over them. The ash thickening in the air as the scent of smoke begins to intensify. Music grows louder and louder as the hours pass by. Your dancing becomes sharper, faster. The strain on your bodies is not light. But the coals maintain their heat as well at this point. The magic being channeled by you all, sustaining them without need for any outside assistance. At this point, I'm going to ask our 3 secondary casters to give me your checks. These are going to be DC 18, acrobatics, nature, or performance. You get a +1 status bonus because of your successful firewalking.
You said 18?
Mm-hmm. Those are successes for both of you.
Woohoo!
That's right.
Don't fuck it up, Arias. Very nice. You did not fuck it up. I'm so proud of you.
Thank
No
you.
pressure.
All of the pressure. Fantastic. The ritual progresses without hiccup. As the hours and time passes, the sun rising to its zenith at noon and then progressing beyond it, the Phoenix's torch flares. For a moment, sort of stretching upwards, your shadows twisting underfoot. All of a sudden, the music stops, cuts off mid-note. Each of you freezes mid-motion. Some of you balanced on one foot, arms outstretched. In this moment of silence and sort of frozen space, Stathos, your primary check, religion or occultism, you are looking for a DC 20. You have, I believe, no bonuses or penalties on this roll.
Or before he rolls, I will say I do have mythic points. Is there a possibility to give him them, or do we want to say no? We're just
No.
going to go with whatever he gets.
We're going to go with
Okay,
whatever.
I'm just checking. I'm fine with that, but okay.
I believe in you, Scophos.
Yes.
So I'm spending the mythic point as it is going off, right?
Yes, you are spending the mythic point as a cost to cast this ritual
Okay.
effectively.
Shit.
Okay. Interesting.
Close.
Torch erupts. Flame surges outward, falling to the ground and spreading. And following it, a wave of energy does as well. All of you feel it pass through you, and as it does, it hooks onto something within and pulls it out as well, drawing upon the mythic power that is lying dormant within your bodies at this point in time, and using it to spread wider, faster over the city as a whole. A rush of cleansing energy spreads through the streets and alleys, over the rooftops, through open doors and windows, brushing past the market stalls and people out in the streets. You guys are not there to see it as dust briefly sort of lifts and settles. There's ripples of water out in the bay. And all of a sudden, eyes clear, minds awaken. The music that had picked up again begins to fade. The ground of the Acropolis trembles a little bit under all of this. And as the fire fades and the embers underfoot stop burning, all of you are left with a sort of gentle heat surrounding you. Not painful, but one that imparts a sense of peace and camaraderie in you. The flames themselves, as they spread through the streets, sort of carry almost a feather-like visual. And for a brief moment, all of you see a phoenix outlined in glimmering smoke, its silhouette appear in the sky above the city.
This lazy asshole.
Before it dissipates. It's not the phoenix itself, it's just a manifestation of the magic. But even though the primary check of the ritual was failed, the ritual has its intended effect. However, there are some alterations to the casters, as the magic latched on to the mythic prowess within your body and caused some changes. I know it's a bit early, and we just finished our break. However, this is where our session is going to come to a close for tonight, because you all have some homework. The most important of which is to level yourselves up to level 4.
Yay!
Yay.
The second most important of which is to do some thinking and preparation. All of you have been mildly cursed by the ritual at this point, and will, in the coming minutes or so, develop a feature reminiscent of a phoenix. Maybe it's, some feathers, maybe it's glowing red eyes, maybe it's talons. I would like you all to think about what that manifestation is and how it appears. We are going to have about a week of downtime after this, so I would like you guys to think about what you would like to do with said downtime, whether that is just helping the city recover or do other things. It is up to you. But during that downtime, I would like you to think about, perhaps how your mythic power continues to manifest and aids in your downtime as it progresses here. Does that all make sense to everyone?
Level up.
Yep.
Any questions?
Yep.
Awesome. Then I, of course, will leave the server up for a while, and I'll stick around so people who would like to do their level ups may and ask me any questions. But I'll write this all out in the server so everyone is reminded of their homework and cannot tell me they didn't remember. And maybe I'll send a reminder partway through the week. Who knows?
Would we be able to get on a little bit early next week?
Most certainly.
Instead of staying on right now to
Yeah.
do our level up and all that, I think I'm going to go ahead and hop off.
The server
Same.
will...
I'm dying. I love you.
Good
Mwah.
night.
Good night.
Bye.
I feel better.
Server
Okay,
will
then I'll
open up
see-
early, and I can also open it during the week as necessary.
All right, perfect. I will let you know if I have any time during the week, but definitely early next week, okay?
All right. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Yes.
Bye.